Hello, everybody. Shana Rosenthal here, certified consulting hypnotist. And today I have a client who has agreed to be interviewed about her experience with going through sessions with me. I have the amazing Susan Tambone here. Susan, thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me. I'm excited for you to share your story and your experience. Why don't you go ahead and just introduce yourself and what it is that you do, because you have an amazing business. So why don't you tell us all about you and what you do, first of all?
Hi, I'm Susan Tambone from Prospect Riding Center in Mayaca City. We do therapeutic and recreational horseback riding, and that is a very mindful opportunity in itself. So I think whatever we've done is really build on that, and it's a good support for me. So for the public to be able to come out and be mindful with our horses, that's part of our therapeutic services. So I was really excited about the lingo and being comfortable with you and sharing those things, even being able to see how they can be applied with our clients.
Great. So let's start at the very, very beginning, shall we, Susan? What made you decide to book sessions with me originally?
Anxiety. Absolutely anxiety in March or April, whenever the pandemic hit and changed business, changed our day-to-day living. So I knew that needed to be under control. And I had been following you for years and following some of your online services. So I just wanted to really dig into that. I knew that I didn't want to go with medication and side effects. So I'm very careful about those kinds of things with my health. So I knew that this was a doable fix.
Right. So I guess, I know that we originally met many years ago during a workshop that I ran. I think it might have been 6 or 7 years ago. And then I know that we've had some conversations through Facebook, and you were following me and commenting on some of the videos that I put out there. And so was there something specific that triggered you to make that initial contact with me to say, hey, how do we work together one-to-one? Was there anything specific that triggered that, or was it just the right time for you?
I think it was the right timing. It might have been one of your specific videos concerning anxiety, because you do address some issues that I say, aha, that's me, or let me apply it. So I'm thinking that was the trigger and opened the door to say, there's a possibility, explore it a little bit more.
Right. And then you took the opportunity of my free discovery call session, where we talked a little bit more about what you've got going on, and you shared the detail. So was there something, I know you said, the pandemic was hitting back then. Was there anything else that was specifically exploding in your life where you decided that this is the moment that I need to work on myself with her?
That's such a difficult question, because it's been peeling an onion for the past 8 weeks. So if I'm trying to think back to the 8 weeks, I know anxiety was the first thing that made me call you. And then, because of COVID. And then as a businesswoman, I was an executive director of Prospect Riding Center. I was looking at some heavy decisions, and my self-confidence, all of a sudden, because of the anxiety, I did not feel adequate. And that was a climb and a hill for me to get over, and to be reasonable about what the future could look like.
Yeah.
So again, another paralyzing thing that was exposed. And if we went through the whole 8 weeks, we're talking negative self-talk. So many different things came up, right? Where would I hang my hat?
Right. So what had you done in the past to help yourself to try and fix these problems?
Oh, well, I have a life coach that I had, hourly kind of sessions with in her office for over the past probably 10 or 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was thinking of taking the mindset upgrade, I actually contacted her and asked her, would you look at Shauna's website? I could, come in and talk to you, or what do you think? You know me well enough. You know what kind of gets in me, and what journaling I like, and what talking I like. And
Mm-hmm.
so she absolutely said, just go for it. She thought it was the next step of my own personal growth that I needed to
Well, I
make
guess I
happen.
need to thank her too, right?
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Because well, you
Yeah.
both are able to transfer the tools to me in a
Yeah.
way that I've been able to apply. That's why I would stick with that life coach for 10 years. That says about her reputation. And the same with you. I cannot stop talking about it. Most people know that I'm pretty much of an open book,
Mm.
which is one of my balance things that I will work on, but that I'm constantly talking about my hypnosis,
Oh, thank
and
you.
my self-talk or my subconscious. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
pretty
So,
exciting.
do you remember, and this might be difficult for you to answer, but do you remember what your thoughts were about hypnosis prior to our sessions? Like, did you have any um, preconceptions that maybe weren't true before we started that maybe other people are thinking?
Right, right. And we haven't talked about this really, but it I can see both sides of being raised in a religious family, and
Mm-hmm.
hypnosis was a scary place to go. But then also my father, who was kind of stepped outside the box, did some meditation and hypnosis.
Okay.
So I have that, in my history. And I think, again, because of my spiritual quest, my relationship with my higher power, hypnosis was the next step, really, for growth, for my self help, and not attached to a person to prompt me, but for the tools to become mine. That's the work we've done, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good, good. Yeah, I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's definitely a deeper level of commitment to yourself and your self-care and knowing yourself. It wasn't always easy, and there were some tense moments throughout the time, um, exposing some things that really have changed and helped my life day to day.
that's wonderful to hear. That really is. So, how would you describe the entire experience?
Well, 5-star all the way. If there was a 5-star or 10, however the maximum excellence rating would be, there'd be no questions asked on any kind of a survey. It would be straight, uh, putting in the excellent ticks on your availability, your compassion, your example, your mentorship, your self-control with the tonality of your voice alone. I'm going to miss. You've been a part of my hearing in my head for 8 weeks. And those are comments that I would tell anyone. So
Thank you. Thank you. And
you're welcome.
what about your own personal transformation? I mean, I know throughout the period of time that we've been working together, because we've kept in close contact in between our face-to-face sessions, you've had some major transformations, major aha moments, haven't you? How would you
Yes.
describe those without going into too much personal detail? How would you describe that experience?
Well, I would, of course, I put it in my own vocabulary now, but I
Yes,
would
yes.
want people to hear that it was so individualized for me, and it was gently exposed to the
Mhm.
things that I needed to work on. Everything that we did was done in care, kindness, safety. So, like you said, without going into the
Mhm.
details of those different situations over the 8 weeks, we definitely, I would say, healed some areas of my life that I've carried around, baggage stuff. So those kind of things I want to leave blanks and let people fill their own terms in, whether it be baggage or my relationship spiritually with the universe or higher power, however people want to term that. So I don't want to put out any specific vocabulary, but all I can say is the growth and the smiles that the people close around me have noticed in my life. And I have asked a couple people and have said my stress seems to be handled better. I do not seem to be as anxious. So that's the feedback right there.
Wonderful. That's really wonderful to hear. I'm so happy for you. So life now moving forward, what are you looking forward to now that you've had these shifts and multiple of them? What does life look like now for you?
An open horizon, I think. There's some stuff going on with Prospect Riding Center that, what, 8 weeks ago, I was afraid we weren't going to have the doors open.
Yeah.
And now, there's people out there that are interested in us, and there's open doors that are so new. Open. My future looks more open and pleasant. And if anybody works with you, more colorful, right?
Oh,
More fine-tuned, even though, my vision isn't good and I need glasses, but my
yes.
internal vision is clearer.
Wonderful metaphor. I love that. I love that. So what would you say to people who may be putting off fixing their problems and their frustrations in life? What advice would you give them now?
Don't hesitate at all. Remove any fear, because there's a safety net there of security and comfort that you can take that off the table, right? Yeah, I would say go for it. Do it.
Do it.
Don't wait.
Yes.
Don't wait.
Oh, Susan, thank you so much for your time, your kind words. It's been a pleasure working with you. It really has. And for those that are watching us, thank you for joining us. And if you would like results like Susan, I'm going to put a link in the comments below this video, an invitation for you to have a conversation with me, complimentary, where we can talk about what you have going on, and if it feels like a good fit for you, we can decide what's next, just like we did with Susan. So take care for now. Thank you again to Susan, and hopefully we'll see you very soon.